Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the WiX Online Meeting 290, last one of 2024, December 17th. This also happens to be my daughter's birthday. There is lots of stuff going on at the end of the year for me. It is crazy. Foreshadowing, I did not get to the PRs that I'd hoped to because life is crazy. Anyway, this meetings are recorded for those of you that aren't with us right here, right now, but Bob's with me. And we're
Yep.
going to talk about triage. That's really all we've got time to do. But triage is good, staying on top of things, all that kind of good stuff. If you're here, say hi. It looks like we have a great group out in chat, all the usual suspects. And that's wonderful. Great to see everyone here. I don't have anything else to say about it. 290 seems like a funny thing, and 2025 will be something that we'll talk about at the end of the meeting. So let's go jump into the bugs. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. We have a few bugs to talk about, but I don't know that we're going to end up with a lot of actual stuff, so we'll see what happens. All right, 8847. Using parallel cache in bundle creates errors in log file, which is interesting. Some sort of race condition or something.
Gotta be.
Yeah, cool.
The
Well,
7003 is missing
found.
directory, so that could be really simple.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, it should be simple. Just go find the error message and put a debugger on it, and boom, you could fix it. So we could toss that up for grabs. Someone that
I'll
wants to
take it.
digging it. Oh, you want to look at it? All right, fair
Yeah.
enough. It's like that's easy enough to put a debugger on it. But all right, Bob's gonna take it. All right,
Well,
here we go.
debugging race conditions, that's always fun, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's gonna make it not as much fun. 8856. Something is throwing a com interop exception. And it's like, hey, we have found that this is throwing, but we have no other information. So
It's not a general bug. I mean, that would mean all of our tests would
yeah,
be
all that
dying.
yeah,
So,
there's something going on in this particular machine that's messing this up. I'm sure there's probably some problem here, but I think we should close this and they just have to give us more information because there's nothing to go on here. It's like, yeah, get more repro because it works generally, and there's something specific about this particular case. And com exception isn't ours. That's something even lower than us throwing it. So it's not like we're going to document every single possible exception that the runtime can throw at us.
right.
So I'm not, and we're not going to document exceptions that we don't even expect to get. So, yeah, some straight com exception from the inside. Might be even more useful if they said what was in the com exception, but they don't provide that. It's like, hey, com exception, right? That's nice. So anyway, I think we should
Oh,
close this
yeah.
until they provide more information. And a repro, something that can make it happen.
Yeah, that works.
Because I'm sure there's a possibility that someone's machine is jacked up and not working properly. 8857. This is gonna be the same thing. Something, yeah, com exception. Yep. Something is messing up the communication at the very beginning. And we've run this through many, 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 many tests. Doesn't happen generally. At least this one. Oh, this is just timeout. Okay. So something prevented the two things from connecting. Like, did the parent process die? That's actually the most likely thing, is something killed the parent process
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
or something.
So, yeah, it's a little different because it's now out of proc, but it's still vulnerable to our good old friend antivirus.
Yeah, I mean, or it could be something else, and it could be some deep-seated problem that we've never seen. But we're gonna need more information to be actionable on this. I don't feel like keeping this bug around just because they saw it in their crash analytics. So, yeah, could happen, possibly. But the runtime is mad about something. So, all right.
Yeah.
Moving on. 8858. Migrating a WiX proj from V3 to V4 causes invalid MSI file when using harvesting?
Yeah, that's a misleading, or some would
Oh,
say
they
inaccurate title.
enable project harvesting. Yeah,
This is yeah.
that's that's not known to work always. So yeah, okay.
And but I'm the whole thing is very odd because project harvesting, when it works, does generate the component groups based on the output group names.
Hmm.
So how did it work in V3? with the old what was it, product that generated? Yeah, product that generated. That shouldn't have worked in V3. So
Yeah, don't care. This is going away too. So very little interest in doing much here. Um,
you want to put it up for grabs?
no, because I actually think this is project level manipulation. So this is actually over in
Oh,
Heatwave
right,
too. So
right.
it's not even
This
a
is
Wix
Heatwave.
problem. So it's like, you need to go over talk to those fire giant guys about the project level migration stuff. So this is external at best. Um, so yeah. All right.
Do we have a way to port, or just should I close it as external?
I think we should close this external. I mean, yeah, close this external. This is not known to work great. So yeah. Anyway, I can understand why they're like, what? This didn't happen. Migration should be perfect. Yeah, it's good to know that. Anyway, project
Yeah.
harvesting has glitches. So I suppose that's probably the bug that Heatwave should take is, hey, if this is set, if we're not going to do all the work to redo all of this stuff, then at least toss a warning up that says,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, this was not migrated. You're going to have to do it by hand. But anyway, this is a Heatwave issue because Wix doesn't do project harvesting in the converter. All
Right.
right. 8859 performance of generating installer between Wix 5 and Wix 3.
Yeah. So
It's
2 weeks ago, I
slower.
pointed out that
Hmm.
they're looking at just different defaults because
Oh,
that change V3 was MSZip, as I recall, and
yeah.
V4 changed it to something, something I don't remember.
But a higher
Um,
compression level.
well, different,
Hmm.
different. Well, we've been talking about compression level for 10 years.
Yeah, just
Speaking of building a machine, I remember writing a blog post that went through, all the different compression levels for cabs, and it's in the end it was interesting because I think we ended up with, the new default should be something, um, but also at the end of the day it's highly dependent on your payloads. So, but this was 2 weeks ago. I suggested to set compression level explicitly, and there's been no response. So
so either we keep it one more time. Tell you
I,
what, let's
I'm
make it go
it's
away.
been 2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been 2 weeks. I'm fine.
let's let it go away, and then if they have more information that turns out that no, the compression level is the same on both of them, then
Right.
we'll have something interesting to run down.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right. 8860 files added to module fail with ICE M05. I feel like this we've seen this before. No?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but it's not great. Um, basically, when you're using a top level file or files
Mm-hmm.
in the module, in a merge module,
Mm-hmm.
the merge module isn't actually good
Good.
anymore.
Yeah.
Um, it turns out someone, whoever wrote those features, did not correctly wire up the complex references. So the
Mm.
module components table is incorrect.
Got it.
Um,
So the question is, does that someone want this bug, or does someone else want to go fix merge modules?
I think someone wants that bug.
All right.
No,
Well,
I looked
you
into it.
feel
It's
guilty about not having it complete. That's fine. I understand
yeah,
that
yeah,
feeling.
basically.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. At the same time, it's merge modules. Wix libs are better. But anyway,
Well, there is
says the guy
that.
that wrote merge modules.
Yeah, well, at least you know who to blame.
Yep. Well, okay. I'm going to skip 8865 because that's going to take a long thing to talk about because I already stared at that one. Let's do the other two and then come back for 8865. Because I just want to get these checked off. 8870, unhandled exception element, Wix standard bootstrap application when building 2017. Huh?
This
Wix?
is what happens when you don't get a good restore.
Oh, the extension's missing. Yeah. Oh, preview. So this is building inside Visual Studio? Oh, must be inside Visual Studio. They must be building inside. Open Visual Studio developer prompt. No.
It's Visual Studio.
But it
Scroll
says just
down a bit.
developer prompt. and then do the
Oh,
command. But you have to. What did they do? Oh, something in the build, the MS build.
scroll
Hmm.
down. Someone discovered there's a missing target.
Design time target build. Yeah, but if design time should only be inside Visual Studio,
That
so
was
that should
my
not be from the
confusion.
command
Yeah.
line. VSUI does not show under dependencies. Yeah, okay. So this is Heatwave having to adapt to Visual Studio breaking things, which is part of the thing. And then updating the target. Yeah, I mean this happens. Getting the design time targets is a thing. Um,
Yeah, but the number 2 there is the same thing as the error message, which is it didn't get restored, and so it's not
correct.
even, on the command line.
Right, but this feels wrong. Oh, but they didn't do a restore here either. Well, that's not going to work. They didn't do a restore here.
Oh,
So this makes sense. This is not going to work. If you don't do a restore, then yeah, it doesn't download the stuff you
right.
need. So this
Yeah,
command
okay.
line is busted, but I'm guessing these other people are talking about it being inside Visual Studio,
Yeah, yeah.
which means that's a heatwave problem. Cool. Um,
Potential. As we've seen,
well,
Microsoft does
sorry. It's a
occasionally
Visual Studio
adapt.
problem that if they don't fix it in Visual Studio, Heatwave will
Right.
have to fix it because that's the way Visual Studio rolls.
Yep.
We break things and the extension builders deal with it. To be fair, their ecosystem or their platform is ginormous, and it is very easy for them to break things. So,
If only there was a marketplace where you could see the most popular extensions
no,
and
there is that.
maybe test against them.
Yep. All right. So this bug here is that they didn't do a restore. They need a dash restore right here
Yeah.
for this to work. Um, so that gives them that. But when building inside Visual Studio, this is something else. Okay. Um,
Keep it open for another meeting. See if Microsoft rolls it back. So I don't know what they
no,
they tend to avoid holiday releases, so I don't know if they'll
no.
have done another preview build before.
No, I think this is resolved external, and this is a heat wave build problem. So the
Okay.
initial thing, this is busted because no restore. Obviously, that this makes perfect sense. You don't do restore, then it can't find the bootstrap the extensions.
Yeah. Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. This is like, oh, you have a NuGet reference, you don't bring the NuGet, then you're going to get a whole bunch of references to methods and classes that don't exist.
Yeah.
That's essentially what this is. Um, so that's this problem. Then everybody else is talking about potential heatwave problem in a preview. So I think that's external.
Okay.
I think that's the way to go with this. And we'll see as the preview as 13.1, whatever they do. December 10th, 2024. Well, people are jumping on those early builds. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll have to, Fire Giant guys will have to go solve that. The other hat that I wear, they'll have to go figure out when do they want to support those Visual Studios. Not on top of every preview. It's just too expensive to jump on every single
Yeah, it
preview.
is.
So might wait to see that 17.3.1 comes out with this problem, and then we'll probably have to fix it rapidly, kind of thing. Anyway, that's probably the way this goes. But net, this is not a bug. Everything is working the way we expect in Wix, and then yeah, Heatwave has to keep adapting because Visual Studio always breaks it. Yay. Expensive things to maintain. Okay, 8875 Wix 3 Heat 311 and 314 different outputs for different config files. Okay, well, they know the V3 is out of support, so we just, yeah. But the warning can be, especially if you don't only a security update sometimes. Well, you went from 311 to 314. It means you didn't upgrade for quite a while, but yeah. Anyway, okay, fine. I guess someone could pick it up if they wanted to try to toss it in, but I don't know that we're not going to take it in the end, are we? Like, and be like,
Well,
yes,
no. I mean, it would require another security release of Wix 3.
that's true. Yeah.
And if we do one of those, please, 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 God, no, it would not include random.
That's true. Yep.
I I,
Yep.
I
We're
think
not
we
taking
should
this.
say
They
you're
have the
right.
appropriate attitude. This is a long dead path, and I think it's great that they put an issue open for other people to trip across. Although they don't put the I guess they do have the warning. Okay. Okay. Cool. They have the message in here, so it could be found by search engines. I think
Right,
to that
exactly.
front, thank you for the heads up. But yeah, there we go. All right. I think we can close that as yeah, we're not doing that. We're gonna have a whole pass of Wix 3 bugs to do in the February meeting or something to
Yeah,
figure out how
I
we're gonna
agree.
we will have to talk about what we do there in the February meeting of what we want to do with all those ancient issues. 8876. Um Someone wants this problem that Wix 3 allowed to be documented where you could have a per user package that requires elevation. So you install to per machine locations with a per user package. And
Right.
in Wix 5, we fixed in Wix 4, we fixed the problem to prevent that. But now there's all these people that got into that situation or didn't know the mismatch of what all users and the permissions on the package, and so they're ending up with per a per machine package that does not upgrade their per user package.
Right. Right. This is something I tried to fix with install scope, but
We Yeah, but we didn't prevent the all users from getting set. I think is the
well,
problem.
it was it's the UAC bit
Yeah,
in
it's
the
the.
summary.
Oh, you're right. Install scope did solve that, but we still had all the bits laying around,
Yeah.
including things that were like, this is not. Yeah, should not expose those bits. The problem is that when we introduced those bits, we didn't understand UAC completely because well, it
It
didn't really
didn't
exist
exist.
yet. It was this is going to happen to you, and we're like, all right, well, we'll add those bits, and then created a bad combination that apparently a lot of people found their way into. But this is a doc bug, so yeah, that's probably fair. Put it in doc,
Yeah.
not a whip. Oh, it's a feature. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we can take whip off of it. It doesn't need a whip.
Yeah.
And
Well, no, this was the template though, right? Feature requests
yeah,
are
yeah,
now
yeah, no, no,
whips.
no, no. He did nothing wrong. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that this does not need a whip. This is a doc bug. It's
Yep.
fine. Everything's fine. He did the right thing. I assume it's a he, code and web. Um, did the right thing. It's fine. Doc bug, and it's a completely reasonable solution or suggestion to go out and to do that. So,
Yep.
and no solution was provided for this because there's not really a great solution. So, okay.
No, there isn't. It is again one of those. Uh, Here, we're going to turn on a blinking light for you so you know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Have to think about that in the documentation. So, all right. Cool. So 8876 goes to this. Now, 8865 is an actual whip. Saw this come in and sat for a while going, what? So the problem seems to be it's a torn state problem in the end, I think,
Hmm.
in that they are doing an update. They cannot shut down all of the apps, so they install the new version, and then the upgrade removes the old version, and applications that were not shut down properly can crash because the old version that they were still using removes files, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to page this file in now, and it's not there, and the whole thing's like, how did you get in this situation where you have a file but not the other file? Oh, you held on to it during the upgrade and we didn't shut you down during that. So the request here is to not do the upgrade until the user comes back after the restart.
Nothing's in use yet,
Yeah, when nothing. Well,
presumably.
because the new version will be on the machine, so the old version
Right. Right.
should not be used. Like a lot of
Yep.
this depends on your application, or in this case, your platform, doing the right thing there. So that's an app. That's a platform thing. This is a platform problem, not an
Hmm.
application problem.
Yep.
Nah,
Yep.
you could get into it in an application. A really big application could get into it too. Sorry, this is taking me back to my trusted installer days, where I mean this is we call this torn state, which is a very generic term for a very specific problem, which is we update one file, an app then, or we update a set of files, the app only loaded a partial set of them, and then tries to load, gets a mismatched set of DLLs because they were holding on to the old ones. They need a new one. They don't match, and the world goes crazy. So
It's
there,
mixed stage with files in use.
yeah,
It,
and
I mean,
the
it's a
easiest way to get
bad
into it is to say
combination.
the files in use solves this. Like, oh, these files are in use, so then you just close the apps and you restart, and it's all fine. But there's that window until you restart, you're not fine, and
Yeah.
people like to defer their restarts. I'm
Oh, yes.
guilty of this too. For as long as possible, it's like, oh, look, the update happened. You should restart. It's like, nah, it'll be fine until your apps start crashing. You're like, oh, I guess I really should take that restart. But of course, people don't do that. They blame the apps and everybody around them for crashing, not that they forgot to take the restart right away.
Mhm.
Or they can't take the restart fast enough and the app crashes.
Yeah, because it's still running. I mean, this is
Yeah.
again like more of a platform scenario where, you have something maybe in the background running that, you know, can't be shut down or, isn't visible for people to know they need to shut down or restart. Yeah, I can see the problem.
Yeah, so they've done something here. This came from the .NET guys who are using Microsoft Update to get in the situation.
Well, I think it's any scenario where, a user isn't like actively choosing to go check for updates. It's not
That's one of the easier ways
user
to get into it.
controlled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a pretty niche situation. You have to be a well. hmm.
I agree with your initial, description, which is it's a platform problem,
Yeah, platforms
which
definitely will feel
is
it more than
niche
a
more than,
typical app.
typical apps, but
Also, platforms have a harder time shutting down all their apps, where at least an app installer can be responsible for shutting down their own stuff.
right, right.
Although there's that crazy guy in the comments that was saying, "Yeah, I have to write this reg key elevated to close my tray app," and I'm like, "Oh my
Oh,
gosh, this is an app problem, not a setup problem. Stop trying to solve it here." Sorry, I digress. Um, okay, give this to me. I'm going to think about it. I'm not.
okay.
Their solution is interesting. The run once key is problematic. I
Yeah, see
think it's
that
the
that
only
that's my
way
feedback is that
through.
run once is already problematic. So I'm like, yeah. On the other hand, I'm also like, if we end up needing to get away from run once, anything that they're doing with it would just have to come along.
True. I don't know what we do. Yeah, getting away from run once is a problem. So, because of the elevation thing. Um,
Task scheduler is the answer, but it's not easy.
uh,
It's not easy. Yeah,
I guess that would work.
it
Okay, never
would.
mind.
I
I'm not
I
designing that
I
problem
dug
right now.
in.
That's
I dug
different.
into it
Yeah,
deeply enough quite a while ago, and I'm like, yeah, we can do everything. It's horribly abusive of, give you have task scheduler in here, and you have run once.
Bob, I
It's
agree. I don't
horribly
want to go into it right
abusive
now.
that
Like,
run once doesn't work.
I don't want to go into the run once replacement right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
This one hurts my
That's
head
why I said
enough that I'm like, oh, is this the best way through? What is the best way through? And do BAs have to do it, or is the burn like I have to figure out where the right
right,
place to
right.
put this is? Should a BA be responsible for this? Because I think they said they did it in the BA. Well, they did some in burn and some. Yeah, I have to
Well,
think about it.
I'm okay with their solution, which was the BA sets the flag that the engine takes care of. Um, I don't know that we need to have, you know, we don't necessarily need like language support or some kind of magic support for these niche cases. We
Yeah,
can we can have the BA handle telling
yeah.
the engine when
Just need to
the
think through
situation
how
happens.
to incorporate it such that it doesn't screw us in the future.
Yeah, agreed.
And then the upgrade hangs around for a long time. So you end up with two versions on the machine for until the user restarts.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.
And that's and they're okay with the. You have to be okay with that because you're side by side. Yeah, I have to think through a little bit, but yeah, I get it. It's makes sense. It's a big boy problem. So Burn is in the big boy world, and we'll have to go sit and think about how to solve the big boy problems. Yep. 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 All right. So I'll take that and look at that. I have
Yep.
a couple of things I'm gonna look at in Burn, and that will jump into that same space pretty well. All right. Did not get as many gone as I hoped. All right. That's fun. All right. So that's all the issues for this week. I guess that went about as well as I could have thought. Half hour. All right. If I did my math correctly, New Year's Eve ends on a Tuesday, which pushes our meeting later into January than we normally would do. But that would be the 21st of 2025. Doesn't 2025 sound like the future?
It it is the future.
But I mean, like the future, the future, like the really far away one where flying cars and I don't know, spaceships and everything. I don't know. Feels I don't know. Maybe 2030 is the one. I don't know. Feels weird. I'm killing time. Anything anybody else got going on? It's gonna be a good time. Holidays. Here people start, turning into pumpkins. Of course, I know that's October,
Yeah, that was October. Yeah.
but just kind of people disappearing and becoming less active in things. I will be active, hopefully active around WiX. Been mopping up a bunch of stuff around Fire Giant, and just need to get back to the WiX work. But pay the bills and then do the things, the open source things. So that's all I got. It's quiet out there. I hope all of you have a wonderful holidays, and all of that. You have anything else, Bob?
Not at the moment. No.
No, it's pretty straightforward right now. I think next year's going to be exciting. Wix 3 goes out of service in a month and a half ish. Wix 4 goes out of service the day before it, which is kind of funny, but
Yeah.
timing. Um, Wix 6 will come out with small set of things in it, but that'll be good. Keep our cadence rolling. Um, so yeah, that'll be. We're gonna see a lot of people being like, "What do you mean I'm not getting security fixes in Wix 3?" We're like, "Yeah, that's a 15-year-old code base, and it's becoming challenging to work in. So you have work to do to upgrade." Happy to help you. All right, I guess that's that. We will be back in. Is it 3 weeks? It feels like 4 weeks because of that extra timing there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess there's always 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's still 4. All right. It's funny the way time works. Um, I'm always amazed because I'm always surprised. It's fun. All right. We'll be back in January 2025. I hope all of you have a wonderful holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, all those things that people celebrate. Or you know what? Just have a good time in the new year, but be safe. Until then, you guys have a good one. We'll see you in the new year. Bye.
Bye.